Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today is a very special episode of Splat from the Past because I am interviewing a cult movie legend amongst cult movie legends, Linda Miller. You may remember her from the 1967 cult classic King Kong Escapes, the Japanese version of King Kong. And I'm having her on the show today. She had a very interesting career. She was a model in Japan. She got cast in the movie, and that led to another cult movie she did a year later called The Green Slime. And then she moved to Los Angeles and then did an appearance on My Three Sons and then decided to get out of the business. So we're going to talk about that today, and I can't wait. It's going to be pretty exciting and stuff. Also, I want to bring up to her, I almost met her at Monsterpalooza about 3 years ago and then didn't, and I'll tell her that story as well and stuff. So it's going to be really fun today. And I just got back from Monsterpalooza too. It was a pretty interesting weekend, to say the least. But here is my interview with Linda Miller. Hi, Linda.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good.
That is awesome. It's such an honor. I thank you so much for coming on today.
Oh, no problem. No, I'm. Thank you for asking.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. So, going back to the beginning, according to my research, you grew up a military child.
Yes, commonly known as a military brat.
Yes.
and I wear it proudly.
Well, I wanted to be polite and not use the word brat. So, your father, he was a hero in World War II?
He wasn't a hero. He just, he wasn't, in the I guess it was the Army Air Force at that time. He was shot down, I think, on his second mission, and he spent like 3 years in a prison camp. So he was a hero in the fact that he survived, but, he didn't really see much combat because he was shot down so soon after he enlisted.
Well, that's good. I mean, that made a difference, when it comes to post-traumatic stress disorder and all that stuff.
Yeah. But the one effect that it had is he came out and he told my uncle, who told me later on, that my dad said he would never be hungry again, and he never was. So after that, he had a weight problem, but they suffered a different kind of suffering being in prison camp.
Yeah, my grandfather, he was at a concentration camp for 9 months in World War II, and
oh my God.
He came out weighing 90 pounds, and I seriously think that contributed to him becoming a gambling addict later in life.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
My whole family.
Well, my dad said that he was in a German prison camp, and he said that the guards were almost as hungry as they were. So it wasn't like, in a concentration camp where they starved the people and were inhumane. He said that the guards were pretty decent to him, and everybody was hungry.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So with all the...
So your last name is Hungarian, right?
No, it's actually Croatian.
Oh, okay. All right.
I get that a lot, though. I get Hungarian, Polish, Russian, Czechoslovakian, but no, it's Croatian.
Okay. Because my mom's side of the family is Slovak. So they're from Slovakia. And at one time, I don't know if it was Austria or Czechoslovakia or what it was, but they spoke Slavic. So, and my grandfather also spoke Polish as well.
Oh, nice.
From that part of the world, they all kind of... hold on, I've got to get my cat in my lap before she claws me. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, thank you. She wants to be in my lap.
Yeah.
So anyway. Mm-hmm.
Did all that traveling and moving around do something for you that shaped your life?
Oh, my goodness, yes. some of the positives were that I got to experience not just the United States, but we lived in France as well as Japan. I got to experience other cultures and have an appreciation for the differences in the way they think, they act, the food, that whole stuff. So it made me very flexible and very, I tend to make friends easy. Because moving around all the time, every couple of years, I was at a different school. So unless I was at a school where there were a lot of military kids, I had to make friends really fast. So that part was very positive because it helped me be, not be afraid of change. The bad part is that you don't have any roots. So, all my mom's and dad's family were from Pennsylvania, so we would go back and see them. But I didn't grow up with my cousins. I didn't grow up with my childhood friends. So in a sense, I had no roots. And for a long time, gosh, up until maybe 15 years ago, I had this internal clock where every 3 years I wanted to move. It's like even if it was just move across town, it's just I got the itch for something new and different. So that was one of the side effects of moving so much.
Wow, you got to see amazing things. I spent my whole life in the Bay Area, so I'm just now in the last few years, starting to travel around and see other, parts of the world. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, it really gives you a whole different perspective, and it really makes you understand on a gut level how awesome America is.
Yeah.
We really appreciate all the things that we have. I mean, even as screwed up as the country is at times or in different aspects, overall, we've got an awesome, awesome country. And you really come to appreciate that when you go to other countries and you see, how they live and what they don't have. I mean, sometimes, the things about Japan, I think, are fabulous. So it's not like everybody's not any good. It's just, I think America's a great place to live.
I agree. Yeah. Now, during all this moving around and stuff, what was your career trajectory? Did you want to be a model early on?
Never ever considered being a model. Growing up, I really didn't know what I wanted to do, but I was not very domesticated. So I was not one of those little girls that said, when I grow up, I want to have 5 children. Or, I never thought in terms of that. I always thought in terms of when I grow up, I want to do this or do that. And nothing really stuck except when I got in about 10th grade. I have an aptitude for languages. So I wanted to be an interpreter at the UN. I somehow got that in my head. Spanish interpreter. So when we moved to Oklahoma my sophomore year, and I skipped a grade. I went from my sophomore straight to my senior year, and it was time for Dad to get stationed overseas because they do that every so many years, and at least they did. And so he put in for Spain because I thought, oh, wow, I'll go to the University of Madrid and I'll really learn the language. And, of course, they sent him to Japan. So I never, ever considered or even thought or dreamed or wanted anything to do with acting or modeling or any type of show business career until I got to Japan. And up until then, it was the only thing was being an interpreter.
Nice. So how does King Kong Escapes come into your life?
Kind of a long story.
I got all day.
Okay, well, good. Grab yourself a beer or something and we can talk. When we got to Japan, I missed my high school graduation because Dad went to Japan first, I think in February, and we followed in May, the end of May. And so we got our orders to be in San Francisco to take the flight before my high school graduation. So I missed my graduation. So Mom and I drive across country to go to San Francisco, and we wound up in Las Vegas, and we went to see an Eddie Fisher show.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were standing in line, somebody from the show came and got me and my mom and said, "I want you guys to sit down front." So we went and sat down front, and in the show, Eddie Fisher sang to me, and the spotlight was on me, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
I thought, "Oh, I like this." So that was my first little taste of liking being in the spotlight. So then we get to Japan. I've missed my high school graduation, and my dad says to me, this is like the second day I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Dad said, "You know, the little girl you used to live next door to in France," and I can't remember her name. He said, "She's here, and she's graduating, and she's having a party tonight and wants you to come." So I went to her graduation party. I mean, I was in Japan, I was in France when I was in second and third grade, so maybe 7, 8 years old, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So fast forward 10 years, and we meet up again in Japan. So I go to her party, and there was a girl there, my age, who was, and I'm short. I'm just a tad over 5 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
And she was short, and she was talking about how she was making extra money modeling. And for some reason it intrigued me, and I said, "Well, how'd you get started?" So she told me she went to this, in Tokyo, went to this American that had a quote-unquote charm school that, taught her how to put makeup on and all this kind of stuff. So I looked at her and I thought, dang it, if she can do it, I can do it. So I went to the school and signed up for the courses, and, they taught me how to put on makeup and do my hair and all those girly things.
Mm-hmm.
And before I could finish the course, I started working. And so that was in 65, the summer of 65. And so I just worked all the time. I did a lot of magazine stuff. I didn't do runway stuff because I'm a little bit clumsy, and I did not want to do runway stuff. So I guess it was in the end of 66, early 67, I got a contract to do the cover of a young girls magazine that came out weekly, me and another girl. And so she and I would alternate every week who would be on the cover. And then Arthur Rankin happened to have seen one of my covers and said, "Oh, that's Susan Watson." That's what he told me. He said, "Oh, that's Susan Watson." And he found out that I lived in Japan, and that even made it better. So he just called me one day out of the blue, got my number somehow, and said he wanted to talk to me about being in a movie. And I thought he was crazy. So I met with him, and we talked. And I explained to him I had never acted in my life. I had no idea what to do. And he just was like, "Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine." So I decided to do it. And that's basically how I got the movie, was because he saw my magazine cover when he was in Japan.
Wow, if it was only like that today,
Well, that was very times for me when I was living in Japan. Everything was just really. I was at the right place at the right time with the right look, and it's just like all those three things came together at once, and I just was very, very, very lucky. And like I say, it's the right place at the right time. And it doesn't normally happen that way.
No, not anymore.
If I had wanted it, if it had been something I had desired and ran after, it probably wouldn't have happened. But because I didn't have a clue, just fell in my lap, and it was like, okay, I'll do this. It was a really special time for me.
Did you have to take any acting classes to prepare?
No, he didn't want me to. And I said, "Well, should I take some classes?" No, you'll be fine. And I never understood why he felt that. But he said, "Oh, no, you'll be fine." So I said, "Oh, okay, I guess I'll be fine. I guess I'll be fine. But there wasn't a lot of time between the day we started production and when he and I originally talked. It was, I can't remember. It was maybe 3 or 4 months. It wasn't like a year in advance.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I didn't take any lessons. And when I watch the film now, I go, oh my God. Oh, I can't believe I acted like that. It was so hard in the beginning because I was so self-conscious. Because I was surrounded by Rose, who, she's an actor, had, TV series and been in all kinds of plays. And, he was a real actor. And then Takarada-san, who I knew was a famous actor. And so I was in Hamanie, which, she was a Bond girl. Even though she and I didn't have hardly any scenes together, just the fact that she was on the film, I was really intimidated, very nervous. But the most wonderful thing is Rose sort of put me under his wing, kind of like a father.
Yeah.
And helped me to relax and, taught me little things here and there to help me get a little bit more confident. Because when you're confident and you're relaxed, then you're more believable. Because I was so uptight in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I remember coming back from, very early on in the shoot saying to my mom, I think they're going to fire me. I really think they're going to fire me. And I wouldn't blame them if they did,
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been better if I had had some acting lessons, but I had on-the-job training is what I had.
Now, did you watch the original to prepare for Fay Ray screaming?
No, that's the one thing I had no trouble with was screaming. And I had seen, Fay Ray's version, when I would come home from school and after school they would have, movies on TV.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing King Kong several times.
Yeah.
And, but I never made the link between what she did and what I did,
Mm-hmm.
Except Kong was the common denominator. But the screaming was easy for me. It was the rest of the thing that was a real challenge. Yeah,
my dad saw the original on the $1 Million Movie back in the '60s, and it terrified him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Now you look at it; it's just silly. He looks like a puppet,
Yeah, it is silly. Well, even King Kong Escapes is silly, but it's just so sweet, It's kind of silly.
Yeah, the movie reminds me so much of like those Irwin Allen TV shows from that time, like Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea and Land of the Giants. Very campy.
I was living in Japan during all that, and I was in Japan when Rankin Bass was doing Rudolph and all that kind of stuff. So I had no idea who Arthur was. So I wasn't in awe because I didn't know who he was. He was just some guy making a movie who wanted me to be in it. So he was really nice to me. He was very, very nice to me. But I had no idea who Nakajima-san was. I didn't know he was Godzilla. I didn't know that he, was like an icon in this genre of movies. And I didn't know who Honda-san was, or Mamoto. So when I went in there, I didn't have a clue how completely blessed I was to be put in that situation. I didn't know until 50 years later when the fans came out of the woodwork, and then I got a clue what this was all about. But then I didn't know what a big deal it was to be making a film with Honda-san or Nakajima-san.
Yeah. And also, Mai Hama was in the movie. Was she good to work with?
I don't know. We didn't really have much. We never talked, and we didn't have much time together. She kept me at a distance, and so I just kept my distance from her. Not naturally, but just because I felt she was not wanting to get close to me at all. So I just honored that and did not, do anything to try and make her be friendly or anything. She wasn't nasty. I'm not saying that. It's just she was the star and I wasn't.
Yeah. Was she a Bond girl yet?
Yeah, this was after Bond. So so it's like I gave her due respect because she was a Bond girl and she was in a totally different atmosphere than I was. And so, and probably she how can I say this? It's like she knew who she was and there was this little pipsqueak coming up, So, but she wasn't nasty or anything. It's just it didn't really have anything to do with me.
Well, that's good she wasn't nasty.
Great. I do remember seeing her and going, well, she's really cute. She looked great, and she, you could tell that she'd been around and knew what she was doing. Just a few scenes that we had together.
Mm-hmm. How long did it take to film the whole movie?
I'm thinking 2 months at least, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we started in May or June, and by August we were done. Somewhere. I'm using those dates because it was in August that I met Nazi, and that was right at the end of filming. So I think it went through to August. I know it was in the summertime.
Mm-hmm. You looked like you were holding on for your life when you were in that gorilla's hand.
I was. Believe me, I really was. Because it put me in the hand and then they hoisted it up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a little bit afraid of heights. So I was holding on for dear life. I mean, I wasn't in any danger, but I was not very comfortable being that high in the air. And which worked great for the scene,
Mm-hmm.
Because I was holding on for dear life. Yeah.
How big overall was he?
The hand?
Yeah, I mean the whole gorilla.
Well, I don't know because I only saw him one time in the gorilla suit, and he's just a little short guy. So we didn't have that many. Gosh, I don't think we had anything together. I mean, in reality. So he was just, his normal size with the normal gorilla suit on. But the hand itself was huge. There was a blue screen or green screen, I can't remember what color it was then,
Right.
behind me. And the hand was, well, as you can see me sitting in the hand, and there's still lots of room left in it. So it was a pretty good size.
Yeah, because I remember in 1980, Peter O'Toole did this really funny movie called The Stuntman, and there's a scene where he's going on this grandiose rant about how great Hollywood is, and he says, in real life, King Kong was 6 feet tall, and he went up, or 6 inches tall, and he went up to Fay Wray's belly button, and that if God could do the tricks that Hollywood could do, he'd be a happy man.
Yeah, it's amazing what they can do with special effects,
Yeah.
I never actually saw Nakajima. I think just that one time, which was just a chance meeting because I was coming out of one of the rooms. I think maybe the makeup room or something like that. And was getting ready to go home for the day, and Rose happened to be there, and Arthur happened to be there, and we just, ran into him, and I don't know why or how, but a photographer happened to be there, and he caught it, and so I have a couple of those pictures of the 4 of us together and the 3 of us together. So.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. But what was so neat was 50 years later, I got to go to a convention. My first convention with him was in Japan in January 2016. Alpharetta, he and I did. There were 3 days that we did 3 different conventions in Japan, which are very different from the ones that we have here. They're not as large, and people don't dress up as much.
Mm-hmm.
At least the one we went to. And the 3 of us did a Q&A at this one place, and I hadn't seen either one of them since the last day of filming. And then he and I did a convention at Monsterpalooza in Pasadena in April in 2016.
Yes.
So that was the last time I actually saw him.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I was at that convention on Sunday, and I almost met you, but something really funny happened. I met all the people that I wanted to meet, right? And then I was going to go meet you last. And then we spent over 35 minutes in Linda Blair's line. And
oh, yeah, she had a long line.
Yes, she did. And she was also the rudest celebrity I've ever met in my life. And
are you serious?
Yes, and I'm not alone in that.
Yeah, I don't get that. There's no excuse for that.
Yeah.
The fans that make them who they are, so I don't get it.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. And so after we were done, we just wanted to go back to our hotel and stuff. But I still say though, I was in the wrong Linda's line.
Good for you. Yeah. Well, I'm going to be in Pasadena in August as well at I can't remember the name of the convention.
Oh yeah, your manager Jim sent me a list. It's at the Japan World Heroes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Need to edit this part out so he doesn't hear. Now remember, I'm going to Pasadena. Well, the reason I'm so excited is I spent quite a few years living in Pasadena. So, you know, I anytime I can get back to LA for a visit or in the general vicinity of California, I'm always excited.
Yeah. I might be back in Pasadena by then. I just got back there this weekend. I was at Monsterpalooza.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I saw a lot of pictures of the fans that were there.
Yeah, it was pretty insane. It's grown since you were there. It's grown a lot. Do you think that the King Kong story is a Beauty and the Beast metaphor?
I've had many people ask me that, and I had never considered it until somebody brought it up, and I could see there's elements of that, yeah. Yeah, because he definitely was a beast.
Yeah, I think so too, or it could be a racism metaphor as well.
Racism?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
Like, I mean, he's being exploited because he's different, and he feels like, they're making fun of him.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Beauty and Beast idea better.
I agree.
Yeah.
So did this movie lead to the green slime?
Oh, that's the thing. No, and yes and no. After we had wrapped, I didn't have anything going on specifically until September. So a girlfriend of mine, and I can't even remember who she is, she said to me, I'm going over to Toho. A friend of mine is making a nut Toho Toei, which was very close to where we lived on base. And we're going over to Toei. A friend of mine's making a movie. You want to come? I said, sure. So we get there, and the director, producer, or somebody walks up to us and says, girls, you want to be in the film? And we said, sure. That's how we got in the film. Right place, right time again,
Mm-hmm. What was it like working with Robert Horton?
He was very standoffish. He did not look like he enjoyed being there. He had a kind of a sour expression a lot of the time. Oh. And you just knew you did not go up to him and say hello.
Oh.
And, but Richard Jackal was completely opposite. He came over and was joking with us and talking to us and just enjoying the whole experience. I really liked him. I thought he was a great person.
Yeah.
Robert Horton was he just looked like he almost like he was embarrassed to do the movie,
Yeah. Richard Jackal, he was one of my favorite character actors from the old days.
Yes, yes.
He was a brilliant actor.
Uh-huh.
You're...
And
Oh, go ahead.
she liked him. He was a great person, too.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I mean, he was good at playing bad guys, so he has to be a good person.
I know. Yeah.
So your last acting credit was an episode of My Three Sons.
Yeah.
Did you move to LA after the Green Slime?
After, so Green Slime was in August, and I did a thing in September for a Japanese TV show. And then we left in February 1968 to come back to the States. And so I wanted to come to LA. Dad was stationed right near next to the woods. What is the name of that Air Force Base? Fairfield?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, he was stationed up there for the last 8 months of his career. And so Mom and I stayed in LA. And so I went to acting school, and I really loved it. And I thought acting was great, but I thought everybody in the business was crazy. And because, see, I spent 2 years, well, I'm from Pennsylvania, even though we traveled all over, and I spent 2 years of high school in Oklahoma, which was very straight-laced, and then I go to Japan. That is, everybody follows the rules, and there's a code of conduct that you follow. Then I come to LA. Here I am, 19 years old. I come to LA, and women aren't wearing bras. They're not wearing shoes. Hair was the most popular play, and everybody's getting naked. It was such a culture shock to me. And being in LA, which is like taking it to the extreme,
Mm-hmm.
and it just was such a culture shock to me. So I found acting to be just so fulfilling, and I found the business of the acting to be disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there, and that was really harsh. I don't mean it that harshly. For me, I was immature. I was not very worldly. I did not have a lot of experience with certain types of people.
Yeah.
For me, it was scary, and I just kept thinking, if I stay here and do this, I might just lose my soul. So, I just decided that I didn't have what was needed to make it in the business, personality-wise. I was too young and naive and too trusting, and all those things that are good in the right context. But when you're in that kind of environment, and I couldn't read people well, so I didn't know who was feeding me a line and who what. It was a very confusing time. And then on top of that, my parents, right in the middle of that, my parents got a divorce. Natsuki broke up with me. It just everything as much of a fairy tale that Japan was. It was like the complete polar opposite of LA. It was like a nightmare. So I decided that for my sanity, I needed to step back from the business. And if I had been older and wiser and a little tougher, it would have been a different story. But I was just
wow.
Not the right personality.
Well, you've made it through, and now you're doing conventions. And do you like doing conventions?
I can't believe it. I still sometimes pinch myself and go, who would think 50 years later, now that I'm in my old years, 50 years later, that I'd be having so much fun doing conventions and kind of satisfying that creative side of me that had been pretty much ignored for all those years because I got into business.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love it. I love the fans. It thrills me and it amazes me that they are fans. I'm going, really? After all this time, you still like these movies? You still want to come and see us, guys?
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful, and I think I enjoy it probably more than the fans do.
That's so awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I go to conventions, a lot. And I'm hooked on them. I think they're just
Mm-hmm.
amazing. I wish I had gone to them when I was younger, too, and stuff. Because oh my God, the autograph prices are just getting insane now.
Mm.
But
I know some people charge a lot more than what Jim charges. So I don't know. I guess like if you're William Shatner, or the first convention I went to, Anne Margaret was there. So I'm sure she charged quite a bit, or the bigger the star, probably the more they charge.
yeah, I never even knew Anne Margaret did conventions. That's pretty cool.
This was at. Okay, I'm trying to think of it. All right, so I'm sitting right. Anyway, it's the one that's in New Jersey, around Halloween. Jim's going to kill me. Anyway, I've done that show twice. And the first time Anne Margaret was there, and a couple other people, I'm trying to think of their names. But anyway, I said to Jim when he called me to first do conventions, I said, I don't know. I said, I don't look like I used to look. And he laughed, and he said, don't worry, none of your fans do either. And I said, okay then, what the heck? I'll just go.
Yeah. Well, thank God they started making, those banners with, what they used to look like.
I know. So, yeah. Because some people really, really change,
Mm-hmm. I know.
Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah, I take pictures with certain people, and I have to caption them on Facebook, or if I sent one to my dad, because they're like, "Who's this?"
Yeah. Well, the last convention we were at in Pittsburgh in October, Patrick Wayne was sitting at the table next to us, John Wayne's son, and he looked fabulous. He's in his 70s. He looked not just like he did, but you would know, oh yeah, that's Patrick Wayne. He had not changed a great deal. He aged, but he aged really nicely,
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
So your upcoming convention appearances are you're going to be in Virginia at GalaxyCon, May 31st to June 2nd.
Yes.
And the one mentioned before, Japan World Heroes, August 16th through the 18th in Pasadena.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll definitely try to make that one when I come down in August.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'd love to meet you in person.
Yes, love to see you and stuff. I still can't believe I got in Linda Blair's line.
Well, if I were there, I would have gotten in her line too. I remember when that film came out, I was dating a guy, and he said to me, "You can't go see that movie." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because you'll freak out." And I didn't see the movie when it came out because he was so concerned it would affect me. And I didn't see it until, God, I was in my 40s or something, maybe 50s. And it still freaked me out. It's like, holy cow, I understand now why he didn't want me to do it.
Yeah, and the funny part is William Blatty wrote a lot of books. That's his only horror book, and when you write a horror book like that, you don't really have to go anywhere else in horror.
Yeah, that's the epitome, definitely.
Well,
when I was in 7th grade, we were living in Michigan, in Battle Creek, Michigan, and on base, and so all the kids would walk down to the theater. We went and saw Psycho, and then we had to walk back at night back home. That was the longest one. That movie, to this day, my shower curtains are clear because I want to see if anybody's coming. It had a lasting impact on me. And that scene in the movie where they show his mother, she's sitting in the rocking chair, and then he spins her around, and it's this corpse dressed up. Oh my God! I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, I interviewed Janet Leigh's stunt woman in that shower scene, Marley Renfro.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, very interesting lady.
That must have been a really interesting shoot that day.
Oh God, she said, yeah, it was insane. It was like 40 or 50 years before she could even talk about being in the movie for legal reasons.
Oh, I see. Well, my dad, it was funny, he went and saw it too, and he went duck hunting the next day, and he said he was so freaked out he hardly could go duck hunting because he was looking behind every bush. Something was coming for him. So that was definitely the movie of that era, you know.
Absolutely.
So. Yeah.
Well, Linda, it was such an honor, and I thank you so much for coming on
Oh,
today.
you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome.
Yes, like I said, I'll try to come down in August, and
Okay.
I will tag you in this for you to share on Facebook.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes, and you have yourself a fantastic day.
All right, you too, and say hello to California for me.
I will.
Okay. All right, take care, Tommy.
Okay, bye-bye, Linda.
Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it. Linda Miller. Ain't she a sweetheart? Thank you so much, Linda. Wow, that's just amazing to, be discovered in Japan, at such a young age, and then being in a cult film that people still like to this day. It's extraordinary. If you like this video, everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, add me as a friend on Facebook, join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes!